What's up everybody, I'm Chad and we're here today at Ravenel Ford. In today's video we're going to be talking about work vans. That's right, 2018 Transits, Transit Connect, whatever you need to get out there and get the job done, we're going to be talking about it today. Stay with us. Alright, so right now we are inside a 2018 Ford Transit high top. You know, there's so many different variations and trim level packages and things like this on these types of vehicles, and that's kind of what I want to show you today is the different ones we have available at Ravenel Ford. We're going to talk about the pricing structure on them and some of the reasons why I think you should consider purchasing a Ford work vehicle compared to maybe a Dodge or a Chevrolet, Toyota, or just the different ones, Mercedes, the Sprinter vans, all those different kinds. There's a lot of choices, and again, when you're in the market to buy a vehicle, you know, you got to make sure you make the right decision. So that's what I'm going to try to do and help you with today. So to get things started out, the first vehicle we're going to look at is the 2018 150 Mr. Cargo van. It's a high top. It comes with a 3.7 liter V6 rear-wheel drive. Let's go ahead and take a look at the exterior and see what it offers on the interior. So here's a little comparison. I'm a guy, I'm 6'1" in height, and as you can see, this van is pretty tall. One of the main things we're going to check out in the back is, can I stand and walk through the rear of this vehicle? Because people buying a high top van like this one here, that's what's most likely going to be the case. They're going to need to get in, walk around a little bit. Maybe they're selling items. You know, you see the Snap-on truck that's similar to this, or whatever it is that you're buying. They're going to be needing to get in and out quickly, and that's what the point of this is all about. So before we start taking a look at all the cool features and things that this vehicle has, let's go ahead and just quickly take a look at the Moroni label here. So again, like I said earlier, 3.7 liter V6, 6-speed automatic transmission. That'll help with fuel economy. It doesn't actually have any fuel economy ratings on the window sticker, but it does have a little bit of safety ratings there. You got a 4-star on frontal driver's side and a 3-star crash on passenger side. So that's pretty decent for the most part. But a lot of times when you're looking here, you want to see what options it has. Optional equipment on this particular one, at no charge, you're getting the 3.73 ratio regular axle X73, front license plate bracket at no charge, floor coverings vinyl, that's $245, fixed pass side glass is $250 extra. So there's a lot of little things in there, 50 state emissions, reverse park aid, also comes with a backup camera in the rear view mirror, a price tag of total MSRP of $36,715. Now, here's what Ravenel Ford does, and on each van we show you today, we'll show you a breakdown of the price, but there's that $36,715. You get the discount here, $1,807, $98 over factory invoice, $34,908, $1,500 rebate, puts your easy price at $33,408. Now let's take a look at the side of the van, right? Got a nice long wheelbase, that's always a plus. Both on just doors for loading. You're only going to have this massive size door on the passenger side of the van. And let's go ahead and open it up and take a look. And we always like to see how wide these doors open. That's pretty good right there. Let's go ahead and open this one here. So that's a really, I mean, absolutely massive opening right there to get in and out and do what you need to do. It's got a step here, which is nice to kind of get in. The floors, got that nice vinyl down there, and it's nice and grippy, which, you know, if your feet are wet or whatever, that grip is definitely going to help so you don't slip or fall and hurt yourself. You also have LED lighting in the roof, which is great. I mean, you got 3 LED bulbs on each light. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to light up the inside really well. Now you'll notice on this particular one here, it doesn't have any cabinetry or really anything in it at all. So that may be something that you have to add in later, or talk with our parts department and get those things installed. And a lot of times with our vans, we don't really go and add all these things in because, again, like a gate and all that, we don't add it in because every person is different when they're buying a vehicle for their company. Let's go ahead and close that back up. Now you will notice from the passenger side here, you got this nice handle to be able to grab a hold and get inside. Storage here, or throw a bottle there. You know, vinyl floors here, vinyl seats, manual seats, no power seats in here. You do have a traditional e-brake there. Big cup holders, an auxiliary port, AC, heat, all that. No CD player, but you do have the auxiliary, a 12-volt outlet. And we'll take a look at more when we get on the driver's side in a few minutes here. It does have, though, power windows and power door locks. Storage here and storage there, and even more storage down here. So Ford's really good about giving you a lot of storage space in your work vans. Because, hey, we all need it. In the back, like we said earlier, it's tall. Let's see if we can open up and actually walk around in the back. I think we'll be just fine and dandy to do that. Also, you'll notice here you got this going on. This is going to protect the side of the van here when you open that door all the way around, and it'll hit that one right there. So that's a nice little extra. You also have a camera, and the camera located on this vehicle is all the way up top. If you can see it, there's a little dot right there, and that's your camera. So you definitely get a good view coming down. You got windows, so it's very open. You can see out. So let's take a look and see how wide these doors open. And as you'll notice here, you have that right there, pretty wide. Now they could go farther, because as you can notice here, those two aren't touching. So how do we do that? Well, let's take a look and see for ourselves. And, you know, so I was thinking maybe you push that there, right? There we go. So that kind of makes sense. Unlock, lock. Do that. Basically, this comes unhinged. There you have it. And it's actually a magnet there, if you notice this. It's a magnet. So you don't, that magnet right there, it's going to help so that door doesn't flip-flop around out here and hit any other people's vehicles or anything like that. So again, same over here, unlock. Got a nice little handle there. Boom. Now it shows speaker holes here, but I don't see any actual speakers in there. So with that like that, you have every bit of room you need to get in and out in the back of this van. Pretty sweet. Ground clearance is nice. I mean, it's not too high up off the ground. You got backup sensors, reflector, and you know, that's not bad at all. Now I'm wondering right now, I'm like, okay, if I put my foot here, yes, I can just get right in. But is there a handle anywhere to grab a hold to get yourself in the back? Well, with the doors like this, no. So there's nothing there. That has to do with spare tire. But still, I mean, pretty easy to get into the back. And we're back here. More storage space all up here. Pretty nice. I like that. Well, let's take a look at headroom, right? So as you can see, not bad. I mean, let's go ahead and try to stand straight up. Actually, I can stand straight up right now, and my hat is barely hitting the top. There we go. So I'm 6'1". I am right at the limit on head clearance. You know, if I were to come up more, I might bump my head right here. But I mean, honestly, a guy that's 6'1" can stand straight up in here if they need to. So that's not bad at all. And makes it a lot easier to get in and out, move, grab things, you know, and just get the job done, right? And that's the whole point of buying a vehicle like this. So I would say ground clearance is great. If you're 6'3" and up, you know, you're going to be ducking down a good bit. So here's the driver's side. Now, I will always tell you, folks, this is basically a billboard going down the road. You have so much advertising space right there. If you got a business, I could advise you to put your business company information right there on the side of that vehicle. It's going to let everybody know in town, you know, we're Jay's Plumbing or whatever it is you're doing, you got ad space right there, and that's a plus, right? If you don't want to use it for ad space, you never know. You could use it for something else. You could even advertise somebody else's business if you really wanted to. Let's take a look in the back. Hand-cooked tires all the way around. You got your nice steel wheel right there. And one thing to pay attention to is this vehicle is rear wheel drive. Your Dodges are front wheel drive. Seriously, the Dodge work van in 2018, from what I was reading online today, is a front-wheel drive. These are rear-wheel drive. Your Chevrolets are rear-wheel drive. Why is that going to be a difference there and helping difference? In a sense, think about it for a second. What if you got a heavy load of stuff in the back of this van? I'm talking you got it weighted down in the back. You got all your equipment, whatever's going on back there. You got it all in here. It's a lot of weight. Well, if it's raining or it's snowing or whatever's going on, or anything really, any kind of day, if it's heavier in the back, it's better to have rear wheel drive, because if it's front wheel drive and it's heavy in the back, it could slide around a little bit back there, which could cause a car accident. So think about those things. Safety is always top of mind when I'm looking at vehicles. There's the front tires right there as well. Let's take a look and see what size tires we have on this particular one. You've got a 235/65 series tire with a 16-inch wheel. So a good tire size, good rim size, and tires are definitely affordable in this size here, this 235/65. So not bad. Also, I will tell you too, folks, and we can't do it necessarily right now because I can't get these vehicles up and into the air to look under them, but the Fords are a lot tougher, okay? They are stronger. The frames on Ford vehicles, even the trucks, every Ford out there, they are just built a lot better than a lot of the competitors out there. So that also is a very important factor when it comes to the longevity of a vehicle lasting for many years to come. And that helps the resale value later down the road. And that's why sometimes when you look at Fords, they might be a little bit more expensive than buying another brand, but the fit and finish and the quality of a Ford is better, so much better, hands down, beats the competition. Take a look at the actual driver's side of the vehicle. Let's go ahead and open her up. This is a gasoline work van, and if you're wondering where you actually fill your gas up, right here on the driver's side, boom, there you go. It's an easy fuel cap, so you don't have to screw it on and off. Just put it in and gas it right up. So that's pretty sweet right there. Easy access to that. Door panel, plenty of storage space like we talked about earlier. Got a step here. Let's go ahead and step up and hop in and take a look around. So one thing I'm noticing right when we get in is cup holders. That's right. You know, when you're out working on the road and you own a van like this, a lot of times you're going to be driving every day of the week. And you got plenty of cup holder space. You can throw that big cup there. And I like how this just kind of, again, you got tons of room in here to put something there. Air vents here. Steering wheel feels good. Tachometer and speedometer right there for you. Mileage, fuel, temperature. More storage up here. CD player, like we mentioned earlier, a little spot to throw change or whatever you need there. Cup holders, 12 volt, automatic transmission. So you don't have this going on, you got this going on. And you can even use this to shift or downshift with your gears, which is nice, depending. Let's say you're traveling through the mountainside or in some hilly areas, you may need to use that from time to time, going uphill or downhill or whatnot for downshift and things like that. That's when that feature right there really comes in handy. Wiper blades right there, rear view mirror here, more lighting here, massive size vanities. No mirrors in the vanities, of course. E-brake right there as well. And again, you have an armrest here, which is really comes in handy because it's going to make it a little bit more comfortable when driving. You don't have an armrest on the passenger side, though. Other amenities that you'll have, let's go ahead and crank her up. Running good. Engine's not too loud. It's pretty quiet for the most part. The backup camera. Put it in reverse, the camera will come on right there for you. It even has the guidelines right there as well. And you'll notice here as I'm moving the steering wheel, there's a little, it's a little tough to see, but there's a little black line in the middle of those two yellow lines that's actually moving, letting us know kind of what direction and all we're moving in. And there's some gray and white lines. Can you see those lines? There you go. Can you see them? See what I'm talking about? So that helps out a whole lot when backing into a parking spot or whatever's going on to a loading dock, etc. So not bad. Feels pretty good. Let's drive it over and go take a look at some others. All right, everybody, so you got to see the 150 Mr. Cargo van. Now we're going to take a look at the 2018 250 Cargo Van LR. So we're going to take a look at this one right here. Definitely not a high top, and let's see what amenities and what this vehicle offers. So as you can see, the 250 is going to be something a bit different than the 150. Let's take the camera off and start taking a look. So this particular vehicle will have the 3.5 liter V6, but what's a little bit different about the engine on this one compared to the other one is that it has the EcoBoost. That's right, so it's going to be a turbocharged vehicle, so possibly we'll have a little more horsepower and torque than the previous model that we just took a look at. Now I will always tell you when I do reviews, folks, to make sure at some point you can watch all the videos you want and read as much as you want to read, but at some point you have to stop by the dealership and take them out for a ride and compare them for yourself. So it's good what you're doing now, watching these videos, but come on down to Ravenel Ford at some point and test drive one with a sales guy. Go see Frank that works inside the dealership. Frank is a complete expert. He's been selling trucks and work vehicles for Ford dealerships now for 40 years right here in Charleston. Frank is the guy you need to talk to in there. I'm telling you. So still coming equipped, like we said earlier, with the V6, but it's a turbocharged V6. The front ends on these vans look pretty much identical. The only difference is the top up there is a lot higher on that vehicle there. And you got a little more windows on that one. Now, this one over here, it has the side windows. So again, you can get them with windows or without windows, and it really just all comes down to price and options and things like that. So let's keep on moving forward. We'll take a look at the Maroni real quickly here. The main thing I want to talk about right now on here is, again, the price. $36,690. Again, 2018 250 LR cargo van, 130-inch wheelbase, 3.5 liter V6 engine, 6-speed auto select shift, okay? Now earlier I may have said 3.7, but I was wrong. It's 3.5 turbocharged. So I just want to make that clear right now, because I know some of y'all will comment and say, oh, you're wrong on that. Well, guess what? We just fixed it. Anyways, suggested retail $36,690, discount $1,834, 98 over invoice is $34,856, rebate $1,500, easy price $33,356. I tell you, Ravenel Ford does a great job in this pricing structure, and there's not any other Ford dealerships in the low country of Charleston that do it like that. Also, something different they do too is this right here. No dealer add-ons such as rust proofing, paint sealant, undercoating, closing or dock fees, etc. Such items are used to mislead customers, giving more markup to sell and dealer. Beware. Attention, service contract available on this vehicle. Ask salesperson for details. What is a service contract? Well, warranties, extra warranties, also maybe something in service to get some kind of service contract, right? That kind of makes sense. Anyways, definitely talk to sales guys about that stuff more than me talking about it on this video. Let's take a look. So as you can see, the door opens on the passenger side, right? Yeah. And here's your key. You can unlock that door right there by just hitting that button. Now there is no power sliding doors on this particular vehicle, so please remember that. Pull and slide, and look. Don't really need power. It really slides nice and smooth there. Now, here's a little bit of difference. This one doesn't have the rubber floors and all on the inside. So that may be something that you'll go in the parts department and have ordered and added into this vehicle. But still does have the rubber and the grip and all right there on that step. Still got the handle. And again, like I said earlier, you know, no cabinetry or anything like that. Those are things we add on after we sit down with you on the inside and pick the vehicle you want and then add that stuff in. Okay, so there you have it. Again, plenty of lighting, LED lighting, 3 LED bulbs per light housing. So 1, 3, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 LED bulbs back here, which is plenty bright enough to be able to see at nighttime. And I'm telling you, the longevity of those light bulbs are really well. You won't have to replace them anytime soon. Do like that, closes it. More real estate for your business right there on the side of that work van. Put that vinyl graphic sticker on there and represent your company and let people know who you are. There's the back, so let's go ahead and look through. How did I know it was the EcoBoost turbocharged? That right there, yay. Let's go ahead and open her up. We always like to see how wide the doors open. And of course, that's regular right there. Then you can do this little number. Go like that. Now, is it with magnets? Not so much on this one. So that's maxed out right there. And that side does the same, as you can understand. And there's your opening. Still really big. Step here to get in the back. Again, there's no handles or anything like that to help you get in the back. You're just going to have to get back here and do that. Again, not exactly sure
I thought that might have been a handle, but there's no handle. Does have a little button here. That's nice. At nighttime, you can cut the lights on or off in the back. See what I'm doing right now? See, watch the lights on the roof. Well, actually, I just cut them off. They don't want to cut back on, but yes, that's exactly what that is. Lights on, lights off. I like that. That's pretty cool. I've never seen a switch for lights in the back like that before. Now, of course, if I could stand up completely in the back of that one, of course, you'll know I can't stand up in this one. So this is going to be something where you're on your knees, kind of going through, getting in the back, doing that number, you know, or again, ducking down really low. I mean, hey, we can hop in the back and take a look and see. Let's do that real fast. Yeah, so I mean, that's about it. So most of your movement going on in the back of the van here, you're going to have to be pretty much, you know, on your knees or like I am right now. So, because we're definitely not standing up full in here. But that's okay, that's understandable. I mean, you're going to pick which one you want at the end of the day. And depending on what kind of business you have, you may not need a high top like that over there. Let's go ahead and close these back up. Again, I like how Ford puts the reflectors here, so if the doors are out, you can see. Not bad at all. Now, does it have a backup camera and all that? Well, you got a third brake light up top. Backup camera is right there. So Ford's not leaving any of those backup cameras out because with a work vehicle, that is so important to have. Gasoline to fill up is still on the driver's side, and it's still in the same spot as the other one. Just to show you, right there, easy fuel, capless. Plenty of storage, all that. Power door locks, power windows, cup holder. Pretty much the exact same layout as the other van we were just in. So not a whole lot of difference as far as that goes, other than it being a high top. So you're not going to get all that storage up top up there because of that. But a nice vinyl seat. So you got the armrest. Not bad at all. So there is this one. The next one we're going to take a look at is going to be a Transit Connect, which is our smallest version of a work van. Let's go ahead and take a look at that and park this one back. Now, not the easiest to park in all the time. I mean, again, it's a big work vehicle. So as you own one of these and drive it more often, you'll get definitely a lot better at parking. The backup camera does come in help a lot. I mean, it's a very helpful feature to have a backup camera on your work van. So that's nice. And I could have probably parked it a lot quicker, just slid it in and parked it real fast. But at a car dealership, all the vehicles have to be lined up just right so they look just perfect on the car lot. So anyways, that helps with that. Let's go take a look at the Transit. So this is the 2018 Ford Transit Connect. That's right, it's the smallest work van we have. But guess what? It's got a really great amount of features. With the 2.5 liter motor, and it's an XL trim level. But definitely a lot of bang for the buck when you're buying a work van in the lower $20,000 price range. So let's see what all you get on this vehicle for that price range. So before we get into price and all that kind of stuff on it, let's just kind of walk around, take a look at it, see what we're getting for the money, for the most part, and you know, the size, the room on the interior, and all that, right? Because again, all this stuff is very important when you're buying a work van, because you're going to be spending hours upon hours inside of this vehicle driving it, and that's important to make sure you're comfortable and to make sure you can get everything you need to get in here to deliver things and take things to places and all that. So let's go ahead and do it. So let's go ahead and go right into it and start right here in the back, because this is going to be one of the main areas you're going to be coming in and out of a lot. And we're going to go ahead and open it up, see how wide the doors open on this vehicle. Grab there, boom, do that. And as you're seeing right now, that is how wide the doors open, right? Do they open any wider like the other vehicles we saw a minute ago? Well, let's see if that's even an option on this particular vehicle, right? You got a 90 degrees, So they're showing some stuff here, right? So let's take a look. This yellow button. Oh, there we go. Look at that. So do that. And that's it right there, okay? So same over here. Hit this button. Not sure why they have this particle board right here. But anyways, like, I know it's covering a hole, but maybe those can be popped off if you need to add something on there. But as you can see, those doors pop out nice and wide, 180 degrees like it said right there on the diagram. And that's going to be helpful when loading big items in and out, just depending on how your parking is and all that. So it's very important to have doors that open up in different directions and all that kind of thing. Anyways, all right, the floors in the back, you know, getting in and out, sliding on your knees and all. Actually, a really nice rubber finish right here, and it's very grippy. So that's actually pretty interesting. I'm glad to see this doesn't have just the plain white, you know, metal down here. So that's nice right there. And, you know, how's lighting on the inside? Because again, it could get dark outside while you're working. Well, right now you got one light up here. They're not LED bulbs, so you're just getting a regular halogen type bulb right there. So not as bright as LED, and you have just one. Is there another in here? I'm assuming so. Usually it would be right here in the back, but as of right now, just one light in here. So that's all you're getting for that. It does have the tie downs right there, 1, 2, and then 3, 4. You know, of course you can add in more accessories and things like that, but Ravenel Ford doesn't really do that unless you want to add them on. That's called dealer add-ons, and we don't do dealer add-ons unless you want to purchase them after you figured out which vehicle you want. No gates or anything like that. You can get those things, but again, they're just not on any of our vehicles unless it's something you want to add on, and we can add it into the financing, or you can purchase it, you know, after the sale. So there's that. Not bad. But I really did like the floor in there. It's nice and grippy, and it's kind of soft in a sense, so it's not going to hurt your knees too much while you know, moving around back there. Now we're looking for a backup camera right now, and I'm not seeing one. Right? If there was one, it would most likely be here, or up here, or over here, or something like that. No backup camera on this one. I'm sure you can get one with a backup camera, and we'll definitely look at these different ones right here and see if they have some things that are a little bit different. Taillights, nice and big, which is great for safety, so people can see when you're putting your blinker on and hitting the brakes and all that. So that's nice. Also, you know, if you need to open up the doors on the vehicle, this is the driver's side here. So driver's side has a back door that opens and closes. Let's see if the passenger does. Yes. So both sides, you got the option of doing that. And before we do that, let's take a look at the price and the window sticker here. Now this is nice. The bigger ones over there did not have the fuel economy ratings on the Moroni labels, but this one does. So we're getting 27 on the highway, 20 city, average combined of 23 mile per gallon, which is really good. 2.5 liter dual overhead cam engine, 6-speed automatic, transaxle with OD, which is overdrive, frozen white metallic with the charcoal pewter vinyl, 16-inch wheels, body side moldings, all kinds of great little features here. When you're shopping for a vehicle at a dealership, folks, always pay attention to all this stuff, and always pay attention to this area, because this is where the options from the manufacturer are at, and that always, you know, kind of, the base price was $24,120, total options and other $225, destination and delivery was $1120. So you know, 50 state emissions. Cruise control on this one is a $225 option, so that's the only add-on, was cruise control for $225, puts you at $25,465. So remember that. Safety ratings look pretty good. Annual fuel cost is $15.50, okay, per year. That's the average on fuel. And then, you know, economy and greenhouse gas rating, 5 out of 10 there, 3 out of 10 on the smog. So these could be a little better, but hey, it is what it is. Let's take a look at price real quickly. I want to talk about that. Looking for our orange sticker. Here it is on the windshield, like we've showed you with the other vehicles. So $25,465. There's a discount, $971. 98 over invoice is $24,494. There's a rebate for $1250. Puts you easy price at $23,244. No dealer add-ons such as rust proofing, paint sealing, undercoating, closing, or dock fees, etc. Such items are used to mislead people, customers, giving more markup to selling dealer. Beware. Not a lot of dealerships will have a sticker like that. I've never been to a car store. I mean, I've worked in Florida, Jacksonville, Hilton Head, Savannah, Beaufort, Georgia, all over South Carolina. Never seen a dealer have anything like either of these on here. That's pretty cool. I like that about Ravenel Ford. So, anyways, you've seen the price. Let's go ahead and take a look at these doors, see how these open up. Here's your key. It does have a button here to just unlock these doors. Pull, slide. Slides nice and smooth. Open it opens up nice and wide so you can get things in. And again, got a little step here and all that. Okay, grab there or here, close it back up. On this vehicle, the gas door is on the passenger side rear. Easy fuel cap. As you've seen with the actual Transit version, fuel cap is on driver's side next to the driver door. So this is on the opposite here. Opens up. I like how both doors open on both sides. Pretty sweet. Makes things just a little bit easier for you. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Let's go ahead and sit down inside. You got power windows, power door locks. That's great to have. Cubby hole space down here. Very nice. The seats look good. They're vinyl. They got some black on the outsides of the seats and gray on the inside of the seats. Ground clearance is pretty good, so it's actually really low to the ground. So depending on if you're a little bit older or younger, older people sometimes, because they have back problems and problems with their legs and things, it's nicer to be a little bit lower to the ground in a sense, so you don't have to climb up and get in a vehicle. The windshield is nice and big and wide, as you can see there. Let's go ahead and crank it up, get the AC cut on, because it definitely is a little warm today. She's alive. And as you can see, RPM gauge is on the left-hand side, tachometer, speedometer is on the right, fuel and water temperature and all is right through the middle, and you do have a little LCD screen right through there, which is nice to have. It's going to tell you, your fuel range, 322 miles till you get on E, miles, park, reverse, and even the outside temperature is located right there. So that's pretty nice. Also, you don't have another screen or anything in here. This is more of a cubbyhole space. You got a center mount speaker up here. Radio, you get AM, FM, auxiliary, so that's that. CD players is not going to be what you're getting in this, okay? So again, CD players are phasing out in general. You're not going to see a whole lot of cars moving into 2019 with CD players. So auxiliary port's the best thing if you want to listen to a podcast show or listen to your music inside your vehicle while driving. Because again, we spend a lot of time in these vehicles. Leather is right here on the boot, which is nice, so fit and finish is good. You got the downshift, the upshift right there. Again, that's going to be very helpful if you live in an area with hills and foothills or mountains. So that's helpful. AC controls, all that. Down here you got a 12-volt outlet right there. Cup holders, more storage through here. Auxiliary port right there. So there's that. You got a traditional e-brake here. Vinyl floors, glove box right there, nice and big. Okay. Up top, lights. No sunglass holder in this particular one, but it looks like at some point maybe they have a trim level with a sunglass holder because there's a spot there for it. And one thing I like is that you do have some storage up top up here that you didn't have on that particular Transit there. The high top you did. Ford giving it to you here. And you got handles right up there on both sides to hold on to and get in and out. So that's really intuitive how Ford did that. These are nice and big. I mean, look how that is the biggest vanity I've ever seen. Just no mirror, right? Not sure why they don't give the option of having a mirror. Holes here, so remember that. If you put something that's like loose change or something up there, it's definitely falling through. Okay. So not bad. Seats are comfortable. Let's look at headroom. Plenty of headroom. Plenty of leg room. This is good to go. I'm liking the Ford Transit Connect. Not bad. Alright everybody, so before we end out this video today about the Ford Transit and Transit Connect, let's take a few minutes just to browse through some of these other vehicles and see the differences in prices and trim levels and things like that. So let's go ahead and do that. So what I'm going to show you right now on the Transit Connect, first off, You can get it with a longer wheelbase if you need more room in the rear, and you can get it with some additional window space if you need more windows, right? So the one we looked at a minute ago didn't have really much windows at all other than right up in the front. This particular one right here is a 2018. It's an XL, but it's got a long wheelbase on it. So let's take a look at that real quickly. As you're going to notice here, the wheelbase is longer on this compared to this one over here. That one's definitely a lot shorter. So that's going to help you out with having a little bit more room in the back there. And it doesn't really mess with the price really that much. I mean, look at this one here. I mean, this one's a 2017, so still got 17s on ground. But with incentives and rebates right now, which would be a great time to buy a 2017 new, I mean, we're down to $21,885. If you ever see a car that has the abbreviation for LWB, that means long wheel base, okay? And as you'll notice, which different than that one there or that one, you have windows in the back. Still no backup camera. How do I know? Well, I went and looked. There's no camera on it. You do actually have windshield wipers in the back, which is kind of interesting, but again, no backup camera. And that's kind of what I'm thinking here. I'm like, you know, when I was pulling this vehicle in and parking it a second ago, I was really saying, man, I really wish it had a backup camera. So that is definitely something you can add on. I will tell you that. Talk to our parts department, or, you know, you can even order one online and do an aftermarket one, but you can get it with a backup camera if you want. And I think they have it on different trim levels, on higher trim level packages on the Transit Connect, where you can get the backup camera. Again, these are more like parts vehicles, transportation, things like that. There's other versions, and you don't have to just get a white vehicle, but the old saying about white work vehicles is that the insurance premiums are always lower with a white car. Why is that? Because white vehicles are the safest color on the road. And that's why you see so many white work vehicles out there on the road, even like that vehicle back there, that box truck. White is the safest color. Why is that? It's easier to see at night and at day. So that's going to make your insurance premiums lower, and it's going to be a safer vehicle for you to drive. So, like I said, you can get them in black, silver, lots of different colors. White just happens to be one of the most popular colors on work vehicles.
Once again, thank you for watching this video with us today here at Ravenel Ford. If you are in the market and you live in Charleston or anywhere near Charleston, South Carolina, don't hesitate to stop by and see us or visit us online at ravenelford.com. And please always remember, pricing is $98 over factory invoice on any new vehicle, plus incentives, plus rebates, and no dealer admin fees, no dock fees of any kind. When Ravenel Ford says it's easy car buying, they mean it, and that's the proof. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And don't hesitate to send us an email and build your work vehicle today.